Hey guys, welcome back to our look at the Transformers Titans Return Wave 4 Deluxe class figures. And this guy got to be in the running for Figure of the Year. Does that mean he's perfect? No. In fact, he has a couple of things that really kind of grate on my last nerve. Does that mean he's bad? No, it sure doesn't. Stick around because we're going to focus on Topspin with his Titan Master partner Freezeout in the latest GotBot True review. Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, share, check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor. Check me out everywhere and have a look at Universal Collision. I didn't do this with the other ones, but I wanted to do it with this guy, so I'm going to point out here. I forgot when I looked at Croc to point out what Gatorface gives him the ability to do. Gatorface is actually really cool because he basically locks the systems of Autobots, making them, you know, an easy target, easy prey. Kind of like a Medusa quality, I suppose. In terms of Quake, his partner Chasm is also really cool. Lets him create portals that teleport Autobots into an abyss, so they disappear but they never reappear. And Freezeout basically does a system lock, well, not a system lock, they get locked in whatever mode they're in. It jams up the transformation cog. So if they're a robot, Freezeout will make them stay a robot. If they're a vehicle, Freezeout will make them stay a vehicle. So I think that that's actually really cool. In terms of this guy, here is the ever popular collector card. Looks great on the back. You can see strong fire blast and great speed. Strength is pretty good and intelligence is pretty good. He's well balanced overall, and I guess taking him out of it for a second, there is the box art for him. I actually really like it. It looks sort of ominous. And on the back, you know, you have the usual kind of product shots and whatnot. So laying all of that aside and bringing in, specifically, since I mentioned him, Freezeout. Freezeout is first and foremost pinned at the hips. He looks like this, unpainted, as many of these are. You know, exact same articulation with the ball joint head and arms and waist and knees. When you transform him to a head, he is stellar. Look at the blue used on those eyes, on that visor. It is amazing to me. I love it. I would love to see more of it. It's so awesome. Taking that and placing it back in. Now I should point this out. I find that if I just try to push this down, it will not do it. I've turned the head around, that works okay, but it still kind of pops out. I find that you gotta go right to the back of the figure and see if I can do this. Right to the back of the figure and sort of push down on a 45 forward. So you can, you know, pull it out no problem, but to put it in, have the back of the Titan Master's head facing, you know, toward the front where the face of the larger robot is. Go right to as far back as you can, sort of angle it in a bit, and then sort of push down at a 45. And you'll hear it snap into place, and now his head is on solid. It is not going to fall out. That's one little gripe I have, that his partner head, that Freezeout, does not go in there particularly fantastic. You do have to fiddle with it a little bit. Nothing major, but something that I wanted to know because I try to be as comprehensive as I can for all of you guys. Another gripe, well, we'll get into articulation. I'll talk about my gripe then. We have the head that can go left and right, a little bit down, a little bit up, but if you push down, it's not going to stay down. The shoulders go way, way, way out. You have a super deep elbow bend. Couldn't ask for anything better. We have a nice bicep swivel. The hands don't rotate, but you'll notice that we don't have any hollowness in the arms. And it's a really nice feature that comes out during transformation. He has some back kibble, but it cleans up pretty nicely, and I think that that's pretty acceptable back kibble, to be honest with you. We do have a waist, which is excellent. We have legs all the way out to the side. They can go all the way forward and all the way back. Thigh swivel, which is great. These kneecap pads move. The toes can tilt forward and back. The knees are 90 degrees. Now, the way the mechanism on the knee works is there is a little rectangular, I'll call it peg, inside the knee, and it's supposed to go into a little hole on the front, and it does, but it just sort of guides in there like there's nothing locking it. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, but like, hear that click? That's because the knee is coming out of where it actually belongs. Not a major thing, but again, a little gripe. Slight tolerance issue on mine. I don't know if it is, you know, right through the wave or if it is just my figure like it. You can store his weapons, which are painted a beautiful silver, up on his wings. They're the same location, really, that they go during the vehicle mode. There is basically a little rectangular slot. Do this. There's basically a little rectangular slot up here on the wing and a little rectangular peg on the back here that goes into it. So I'll take these off, and that's kind of the bare bones of the robot. And paint apps for the guy, 10. Actually, you know what? Paint apps for the guy, 15. They're excellent paint apps. So true to the character, and I love those eyes on Freezeout. He's excellent. Excellent paint apps on this guy. Even if the chest is bare, I don't care. It's so good and it's so true. This guy turns into a spaceship, apparently. Though I'm almost sure that the jump starter that had the auto transformation gimmick turned into some sort of amphibious, Cybertronian amphibious vehicle. His, I guess, mold brother is Twin Twist. I love that we're getting Twin Twist. As a matter of fact, I looked at the original G1 jump starter back in episode 223 and said there that I really hoped we would get it and couldn't wait for this guy. I am not at all disappointed, even with my couple of little gripes. So, all of that being said, paint apps are 15. Articulation is, because of those knees and the fact that when you put the head down, it doesn't really want to stay down, I'm going to give the articulation a 7.5. Because of those two things. They are minor, but they just shouldn't be. So 7.5 and a 10. The guy right now is about an 8.25. Maybe an 8.5. We'll be generous. We'll say 8.5. He's good. He's good, but he could have been just slightly better because of those tolerances. I'm going to take the head here out, and I'm going to show you one of these blasters because honestly, they're just mirror images of each other molded the same way. So here's one of them. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful silver. It's just little blaster, and the idea is that you have, a spot here and you have a tab here, and of course the same on the other side, and they can tab together. And now a lot of people have complained and said that this handle is slightly too big, the handle on the bottom, because I guess I should have done this first. The handle on the bottom is actually made up of half a handle over on this side and half a handle over on this side. So when you put these two pieces together, you get a handle on the bottom. And a lot of people have said that doesn't fit in Topspin's hand. Honestly, yeah, it does. If you have both of those gun pieces put together solidly, and you realize that in trying to put it in Topspin's hand, it's going to be a tight fit, but yes, he can hold it. There's the proof. I have it in his hand. It is a tight fit, but I don't have any stress marks or anything, and I don't feel like it's too tight. Naturally, we can take this little, I don't even know what you call it now, 4-barrel gun boat, and you could take Freezeout, who I will show here now in a second. And at least I assume you can do this. Yeah, you can take Freezeout and you can sit him on it. That being said, there's nothing really securing him. He is not there solidly at all. But he can sit there, and you can see he's even moving around now. I get the way he's supposed to fit in there solidly. It doesn't. Again, slight tolerance issue. So that doesn't really work that great. But there you go. This is your 4-barrel gun thing. And if you're not familiar with Topspin, Topspin is able to transform faster than most Autobots. That's why he's a jump starter. And he considers himself kind of a man's man, or a bot's bot, if you will, because he loves pitting himself against nature. That being said, he's also one of the wreckers. So giving this guy kind of a big, burly, 4-barreled, blaster, I think matches him pretty excellent. He's scoring well, even with a couple of minor tolerance issues that, again, I will reiterate, I don't know if it is just on mine or if it's widespread. Let's get into transformation. And of course, we'll leave Freezeout off for that. Oh, actually, I guess before transformation, I will put Freezeout on here again for a second. Putting Freezeout on. You know, how big is this guy? Big, actually, for a deluxe. Here he is with someone else that I just recently looked at, a wave mate of his. There he is with Croc, and he's a nice bit bigger than Croc. You want to really know how big he is? Here's the smallest in the wave, who I haven't looked at yet, Perceptor, and he is head and shoulders over Perceptor. We'll look at him. We'll look at that guy next, so you kind of got a glimpse there of what's coming up. Now we'll go into transformation for this guy. We take off the head, and we lay that aside for now. The transformation is brilliant, really is brilliant, and it's why he's got to be a contender for Figure of the Year. Trying to begin, I guess, with the easiest stuff. We'll open the leg, and I'm going to turn them to the side for now. We fold in the toes, and we fold in the toes, like that. This armature right here is the armature that I was talking about that's supposed to, peg in for the knee. You can see there's a little gray tab up there. Well, there's a slot in the knee that it should go into. Doesn't really work that great. That being said, we can collapse that leg. And we can collapse this leg. Now, the leg's pegged together. Tight. Real tight. But for now, I'm just going to kind of leave them like this. We will... Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's collapse it again. That's because I just left it, see? Put down those kneecap pads and sort of leave this free-flowing for now. Come up to his arms and we open up this panel in the back of the arm. We fold in his fist and then we collapse this whole thing up over part of the bicep and close it up. Come over here. We fold in the fist, we collapse the whole thing up, and we close it in just like that. And you can sort of see what we've got here now. Still, you would think like, okay, that kind of looks like a mess. Not really. Here's where the brilliant part comes in. You have to do two twists that are really interesting twists. The arms just collapse, the legs just collapse, and we unpeg the waist. That's all we've really done yet. Take the whole chest and swivel it around just like you did with Trigger Happy, if you know that mold. Take the legs down below this blue panel, I guess, and turn the legs all the way around. So you turn the chest 180, you turn the legs 180, and then you bring that blue piece up, and it should, if I have this done right, tab back in. And now you have everything sort of, you know, set up to give yourself a bit of success. Take the front and pull it out and put down the canopy section. Bring the shoulders up and the arms in. Straighten out the wings. If you want, you can come around to the front, and there's even a little landing gear that can come down there. That little blue landing gear underneath. Go to the back here. You collapse in those legs. They are supposed to peg into each other. I wonder if there's a way to actually slide them into each other. I really haven't figured it out. I just peg them into each other, but I'm always sort of nervous when I unpeg them, because when I unpeg them, it is frightening. Frightening. But in the end, I mean, boom, there you go. What do you do with the blasters in this mode? Well, the exact same thing that I told you before. You have a slot up under, right, oh, that does not want to go into now, even though I'm able to see it all, right there, there, up and under like that, and this one, where is it? Goes there, up and under like that. And this is what you end up with. It looks so cool. Now, a lot of people have also complained and said, hey, Freezeout, you know, being put in here is really difficult because you can't open the canopy, and they keep trying to open it from the front here, and yes, that's hard. I would say pick it up by its kind of widest section up here, and you can pick it up no problem. No problem. There's a rectangular slot there that the peg behind the 2 feet, the heel peg I guess we'll call it, can slot into. Maybe you gotta bring his arms forward. Maybe. I'm gonna bring his arms forward. Let's put it that way. Normally he goes in here really easy, but of course, trying to do it on camera. There we go. He's in there. He's solid when he's in there. Close that up. Boom. Fantastic. Fantastic transformation. I'm giving his transformation a 10. So he had a 15 for paint apps. He had a 10 for his transformation. And he had about a 7.5 for articulation because of a couple of really minor tolerance issues. Honestly, he's one that I really feel like, you know, collectors should have in their collection. He's so much fun. He's so cool. He's so interesting. I absolutely love the guy. His overall score, honestly, I got to dock him only because of the knee pegs not quite staying in place, and because putting the Titan Master in during robot mode, you have to be kind of specific how you do it. I'm going to give him a strong 9.5. He's not quite everything that's right with Transformers like Trigger Happy was, but dang it, he is really, really close. Yeah, anyway, that's it for this guy. We only have one more left to go in this wave, and he's one that I was really excited about, and I've done a little bit of custom work on, so stick around for that. You know that I always appreciate when you guys drop by and give me some of your time. Let me know what you think of Topspin. I always like to hear your thoughts on these guys too. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together for another visit right here inside the videos.